How do you respond to that? That's the former Attorney General saying that he was absolutely certain that there was no criminality involved in this process. It was only an interpretation matter. And you're smiling.
What can I say? I wish he had said this when he was Attorney General. I wish he had made it clear to all of us that there was no criminality. It would have saved a lot of time and effort of a lot of people. No, but look, I'm not a criminal lawyer and I'm not a lawyer, so I can't keep swinging my views based on the briefs I get. I have consistently maintained from 2007 that there was something very wrong with the way spectrum was being handed out in this very, very arbitrary manner to companies that were making a lot of money out of that handout, and that that process was wrong. I think Supreme Court concurred with it in 2012, and what was in the CBI court was who was responsible for the conspiracy of handing out the spectrum. Now the CBI court has found that this prosecution hasn't been able to make a case of criminal conspiracy. The wrongdoing doesn't go away. Maybe the case needs to be made again to the High Court or whatever. I think the lawyers have to decide that. Unfortunately, in all my life, I've learned many things, but I haven't learned law as much as Mr. Rodgi has or other lawyers have. So I can't comment on what the High Court will say.
Yes, I think we should both refrain from commenting on what the High Court may in fact do and where this appeal process will eventually lead us to. But Sanjay Kapoor, former CEO of Bharti Airtel, also with us. Sanjay, one thing is absolutely clear, that not only did this cause a massive political earthquake, it also changed the landscape of the telecom industry, forever. We saw a lot of the bloodletting taking place. We saw a lot of the weaker hands exit. There has been consolidation, which perhaps was brought on much earlier on account of this 2G case. How do you read the developments of the day, and what to your mind will you take away from this?
So Shireen, like Rajeev, I'm not a legal expert, and therefore like any other citizen, I would say I respect the judgment given by the court, but having been in the helm of affairs at that time, all I can say is we ended up creating something which was very stupid and which was non-sustainable. Every circle had 12 or 13 operators who dived into the business without having a business case. The only motive was to probably make some capital gains in the short run. There couldn't have been any other motive. And we created an industry which was neither capable of investing into future, not sustaining, itself. And therefore, what is the outcome? The outcome is the industry is back again to an oligopoly. All the people who are riding that bandwagon are all out. We've lost tons of money. Banks have lost tons of money. People have lost their jobs. We've not been able to build robust networks that are video grade and be competitive with the rest of the world. So what have we gained by all this? And I think we went through clear mayhem for so many years in this industry, and today the plight of this industry with all the debts that has piled up, with the non-profitability, I think we owe a lot to those decisions. So, with the benefit of the hindsight, I think this particular decision was responsible for a lot of what the industry has gone through over the past many years.
Yes, we have seen a massive shift and a massive change, and perhaps to some extent the kind of cleansing that that ought to have taken place, as Rajeev, you reminded us yesterday, that and Sanjay is alluding to that as well. I mean, a lot of some of these players who entered. Let's just cut across to our sister channel, Kani Moi, in conversation with CNN News 18.
I think it's a big day for everybody. Thank you.
Zaka Jacob here. Can I just ask one question to you? What have the last 7 years been like for you? What have you undergone in the last 7 years because of this one case that was hanging around your neck?
It wasn't very easy because you're being accused of something you haven't done, and being accused of corruption is not an easy thing to accept and face.
What would this mean for your party, ma'am, politically today? It's the important RK Nagar bypoll.
It means a lot to my party because I think time and again people have been trying to use this against us and throw it on our faces, and it's a big day for the party and the cadres.
Do you think this will help your candidate in the RK Nagar bypoll? Today is the bypoll.
I don't think this is going to make any difference. Anyway, I'm sure the DMK is winning all right.
We had thousands of your cadres today, even at court. Obviously, this is an emotional moment, not just for you personally, but also for your party.
Yes, yes.
Do you think
definitely it is?
This will strengthen the DMK
Hello?
in the run-up to the next general elections?
It really means a lot. I mean, I'm sure this will enthuse the cadre, and it's given a very positive vibe to all of us.
Will this also...
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. That's DMK Member of Parliament Kanimuri, who was also one of the accused in this case. This is a first reaction here on CNN News 18, and it's a big, big sigh of relief.
Well, that was Kanimuri there, obviously clearly relieved, but as Mr. Sorabji, the former Attorney General of India, has been pointing out, it is premature to assume that this is where the matter rests. Appeals will be filed, and the Enforcement Directorate, we're given to understand, will move the High Court and is already planning to do so. But let me get in quick reactions now from Rajeev Chandrasekhar. Rajeev, you're also a Rajya Sabha MP, so I could ask you about the political implications outside of the implications for the telecom sector. What is this now going to mean for the winter session of Parliament? I mean, this gives more ammunition to the opposition. The opposition was already demanding an apology from the Prime Minister for comments made against the former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, but this will probably arm the opposition with more ammunition against the government. So is a winter session now pretty much a washout?
No, I think this session was going to be a washout even before the 2G result. I think it was quite clear from yesterday's actions by the Congress that they were not in any mood to let the Parliament function. A bit of an irony, considering that the entire Gujarat campaign, people were arguing that the Parliament was being postponed only for the Gujarat campaign. But be that as it may, I think this may add to the overall noise levels in Parliament, but to expect any business to be done out of the winter session is pretty much expecting, something that's not going to happen. I think the session is going to be a washout. I think people want it's almost like people want an extended Christmas break, and this provides the reason or excuse for it.
All right, so winter session likely to be a washout, but Sanjay, coming back.